Hey, Dad. Ready to go work on the car?
What car?
You know, the car.
The Camaro?
No, the other car.
Um, Fusion?
No, the other car.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
The Nova. What do you think I'm talking about?
Oh! Oh! You want to work on the Nova?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go! I am so excited that you're going to be working on the car. And let's turn around. It's raining. Dang it! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to We Can Fix It, to where if we work together, we can fix just about anything. This is my new purchase of a 1970 Chevy Nova. Needs a lot of restoration. So let's grab our tools and get started. Alrighty, so this is the new project, my 1970 Chevy Nova. I bought this off of a guy that claims he found this car behind a house. He ended up with the car, and he wasn't going to do anything with it, and he wanted it restored, and he didn't want it turned into a race car. Well, good news is I'm not going to turn it into a race car. I'm going to restore it, and at the end of the restoration it will be candy apple red, and it will have a silver pinstripe, and it will have the original pipe hands, is what we call it, the little center cap hubcaps on this car. I've already started getting some of the stuff off the car. The radiator's out, and the fan shroud is out at the moment. That's the only two things I touched, I promise. So here's the next thing that I wanted to show you is this right here is completely rotted. This hood is no good at all. It is just junk. It's bent on the back side, as most of these hoods do when they don't close properly. See right here? It's bent right there. Because the hood won't close, they bend like that. They get a weak spot in them and they bend. Alright, so you can tell it's rotted out pretty bad. And we're going to fix all of this. We're probably going to have to put new bump fenders on it, but we're going to get all of it fixed. It's going to need to have a new radiator support. Look straight down on that and you can see why. Alright. So if you look down the side of the car, you can see that the body lines line up really, really nice. It doesn't appear to have any damage or have had any damage on the side of the vehicle. The body line is actually pretty nice on the side of the vehicle as well. It appears to be original paint, but I can't really tell until we start cutting on it. Naturally, this is not. This is primer over top of it, but the original paint is white, and you can kind of see it bleeding through the primer. Now watch this, because this is one of the reasons I purchased the car. I don't believe this car had been in an accident, and this is one of the reasons. It's very hard to find a 1970 Nova that closes as good as that. And really, when I got it at home, I didn't even touch the door. I let the door close itself. It really closes good. These chrome pieces on the side, these are actually original to the car. Well, I won't say to the car, but they're original to a Nova. These are metal. These are not the O'Reilly Advanced Auto Parts push-on style. These are completely metal. They're pressed on. If you look inside the car, you'll see that there is a hole right there that we're going to have to repair. There's a hole right there we're going to have to repair. And then there's going to be the holes in each one of the floor pans on the other side that I'm going to have to repair. And they're not going to be that difficult because they're in the opportune spot for repair. They're not too far up the firewall. I don't have to take the entire dash out in order to replace the entire floor pan. And I don't have to cut the structure out from under it in order to put the floor pans in, because I don't believe that there is any structure up under these floor pans. They're just solid right there. And that's the only rust inside the car at all. On the trunk, we can't get the trunk open, but I can about guarantee it's going to need a trunk pan. And most of these cars do when they sit like this. This one right here, like I said, it's set with flat tires behind the house for over 20 some odd years. So it's probably going to need a trunk pan. So the motor's locked up at the moment, and by the sound of things, can you hear that? It's not good. So I'm going to take the water pump before I attempt to crank it. I'm going to take the water pump off because I want to be able to flush the water lines out. Try to get the motor good and flushed. This is an original 307 car. The motor in it right now is a 305 on a 1970 Nova. It just states V8 in the VIN. There is nothing that classifies what size V8 this motor is going to be. They had V8s from the 305s all the way up to the 350, I believe it was, in small block. And the 350 had 4-bolt main. That's probably what's going to go in this car when I get it done. But we're just trying to get it to run so that way I can drive it around a little bit, get the kinks out of it, and enjoy the car before I start tearing it completely apart. So first, we're going to try to get some of these plugs out. I'm just going to take a couple out at the moment, and we'll get back with you later, because this is coming out. This is a factory GM, well, I'm going to say not factory, just a GM AC compressor. So this would have been factory to the vehicle size-wise. I don't know if this compressor itself is factory, but I do know that this style compressor is factory for the vehicle. It has power steering, which is factory for the vehicle, which is kind of rare options from where I'm at. Let me know if you guys have any of these options regular in the state that you're in, because here you really can't find one with factory AC and factory power steering. And I'm going to also put factory factory. I'm going to also put power brakes on this as well, so that way it's easier to drive. Alrighty, let's see how many of these we can break. This is going to be fun. Oh yeah, there's one. And I suspect this motor has had water in it because of the fact that that right there water pump is so janky sounding. That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's try not breaking a plug off into the head. Tell you what, let's do this. Let's put a bigger wrench on. Alrighty. Alright. Now let's give it a shot. There we go. Everybody used to say, get the right tool for the job. It was a little tight, but we should be able to work this out here. The plugs actually look fairly nice. These two do anyway. Well, nothing's hit the plug. The plug is black, but that doesn't mean much. It has been sitting for a while. That is completely loose, so that probably was a misfire. Alright, so we're going to do something else. So we're going to check these cylinder walls and see how would they be. Alrighty. They are not looking good at all to me. Yeah, that doesn't look good at all right there. See all that right there on the side? That's pretty bad. Yeah, I think this motor's had water in it. That's what it looks like. That is very unfortunate. That could very well mean that we have a broken, a blown head gasket that caused this issue. Not good at all. Whoever had this thing really believed in putting these plugs in. They don't need to be that tight. Don't get me wrong, they need to be snug, but not that tight. Probably 20-year-old plugs just seized in there. It won't let go of my socket. Okay. That's interesting. That has oil on it. That is interesting. Okay. Yep, that's got a, see that rust ring right there, John? See that ring?
Mm-hmm.
That's a rust ring right there. Let me see if I can keep it still. All of that right there is a rust ring. Oh, dang, it died. That means we got a problem. Okay. Let's see if we can get it back. There we go. See if it'll stay. So that ring right there is stopping these pistons from going up and down. I guarantee once this thing cranks, it's going to smoke like a son of a gun. Come on now. Spin for me the other way. Thought I seen a hole in the piston. If that's true, that's no bueno. Yeah, look, I just knocked some of the mess off with just this camera right there. It might have been a valve. I can't really tell. I can't get it to bend the right way to go look at it. Look at it again. Look at all of that corrosion. Look at all that. On top of the piston right there. Oh yeah. We got corrosion in that cylinder. Definitely. Look at that ring. Whoo, that is bad. Might have found the cylinder. That one right there got a lot of corrosion in it. Okay, that one right there is at the top of the stroke, and it's dirty. All right. Nope. We made it past it. We did it. Alrighty. So, we broke the motor loose.
There's your batteries.
Yep.
You can take me out of the thing, can't you?
Nope. All right. So we broke it loose. We finally got it to go by the hard spot that it had in it, which is a good thing. And I'm going to take the valve covers off in the next episode, and we're going to take off the AC compressor in the next episode as well, so we can get a little bit further into the build and see what it is going to take and if it is pumping oil. That's the biggest question that I have, which I did not check this. Let me double check this. You can see oil on the stick. Let's wipe that off and just see if it's still some in there. Yep, still in there. So we'll have oil to pump if it's when we're ready. That's good. Now I'm thinking this motor's going to knock from what it's acting like. It's acting like it has a really loose spot in it. Let me double check it. tell. All right. Okay. So that's it for right now. It's turning. That's the good thing. We're in a step in the right direction. And we're getting interrupted by every car driving by. Okay. As I said before, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the valve covers and we're going to take off the air compressor. The air compressor is a GM air compressor, which surprised me. It's being a GM compressor. So we're going to rebuild it and we're going to make this AC work again like it's supposed to. I'm going to put all this stuff in the car for the time being, and I think we're pretty much done. I'm just going to stick the plugs back in so they don't re-rust, and hopefully when you come back, this car will at least turn over. It might not start, but at least it will turn over. Well, we've had a few issues. Okay, I've just got done reviewing the video, and I've seen some mistakes I made, and I'm going to fix that right now. So the plugs, all of them were black. They were black on the ends. That's reminiscent of oil. Most of the time, black on the end of the plug means that it's not burning at all. It's just, it's either the spark's not hot enough or it's got a whole lot of oil in that cylinder. Now, I'm pretty sure that all of them's got oil in it. If you look through the video really slowly, you'll see that even though I only showed one plug that had oil on it, all of the plugs are black. Completely black. They're sudded up so bad. One plug had oil in it, and I can't tell. Well, you can for yourself. You can see that each and every piston that I did check on the video had a skim over top of it. So I'm gonna write that off as oil for the time being because it's just too much. It's way too bad in them cylinders. So we're not going to be able to turn it over in the next episode. What we are going to do is we're going to end up taking the front end off the car because I seriously believe we need to take them heads off and take a look and see what's actually in them cylinders. That's unfortunate. But, you do what you got to do to fix the vehicle. So, the next thing is I said something about it was a head gasket. Well, yes, it could be a head gasket, but the problem is with that was the fact that most of the time when the head gasket blows and it gets water into the cylinder, it cleans it. Well, none of them are clean. Now, there could be valves stuck open and it could have rusted and all this mess, but none of them are clean. None of the plugs are clean at all. They're all dirty. So I'm going to write off head gasket for right now. I'm seriously thinking that we either have broke rings, stuck rings, or we could still have a head gasket blown and it just dumped oil in there instead of water. But one of them is really, really rusted, and I don't know why it's rusted. So unfortunately for this, we're just going to have to take the motor out. So tune in next time. And you'll see us start to take the motor out and all that good stuff. And, well, not take the motor out, and start taking the front end off the car to get ready to take the motor out. We'll get everything out of the way. And while we got the motor out, we might as well do some body work. So that won't be the next episode. It'll probably be the episode after. We'll see what happens. See how far we get. And anyway, that's the end of the episode today. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, and join us on this journey between the Batmobile, the Nova, and all the rest of my projects that I've got. At the end, we always fix it, because if we work together, we can fix just about anything.